Okay, this is a video of the 50-foot narrowboat I've got for sale on eBay. Now, I'm going to try and remember everything about this boat. There's an awful lot to remember because there's so many... When this boat was built way back when, in the late 80s, I mean, this was the best thing that, you know, it's fitted out to a standard that was the best that money could buy, so there's heaps for me to try and remember. Right, I'll start at the very front. There's, over here, you can see this is a cradle for holding a life ring if ever you want to put one on. There's obviously the rope to the front, the mooring rope. In here, this is the gas locker. Here, I'll hold this up. There we go, 2 gas bottles in there, and then there's some hose pipes and various other bits and pieces that are useful. I think there's a spare headlight in there as well. Moving back a bit, right, the water tank is directly underneath my feet. It's concealed, which is how we like it. You can access it from this cracked cover here. The water is filled from the from that cap down there. Now, the paint on the boat, just to explain, there are some seats here and whatnot. They also act as steps to help climb in and out of the boat. Now, the paint on the boat, everything that you might walk on, so the roof up here, for example, this is all got proper floor additive to it. So it's all non-slip paint. That's on the roof of the boat, all the way down the sides. Here we are. I'll show you down the sides. All this is all really rough textured. Also the seats and the floor down on the bottom here as well. Anything that you might stand on is floor textured, which is obviously been really useful. It stopped any of us from falling in the canal when we're manoeuvring through locks or whatever. So that's the seats. There's more than, you know, you could get 6 people at the front here comfortably. Now, I have got a table down in the boat, a fold-away plastering table, which I have used to have meals on. Now, we either put that down in the middle of the boat there, so we can get sort of 6 or 8 people around the table, or we put it out at the front on warm days. It's really nice to sit outside and have some dinner out in the sun or whatever. Right, the headlight is a special LED one, 27 watts. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but in LED terms it's as bright as you like. You'll see the kind of the canal scene that we're in now. That light will illuminate this place like very, very well. It makes, if you are stuck in the situation of you have to travel at night, it makes things a lot easier to be able to see where you're going. So I've paid quite a bit of money to have a really good LED light put in. Now the chimney is removable. I do that because on canals it's an unfortunate thing that they get stolen quite a bit. So when I'm in the boat, I put the chimney on and I put the fire on, but then it means that I get to take it away when we go home at the end of the day or whatever. The doors, here we are. Right, they get locked up using a proper massive bit of bar that slides in, and then it's obviously locked up with the padlock there that clips on here. Like anybody who's determined enough to get through there is, you know, they're doing a good job really. But that's a proper thick bit of steel as well, so it stops any kind of opportunist thieves. Right, moving inside, that's the fire. It's done us really well. It's a lovely little thing. We took the glass out and we leave the door open when the fire's on because A, it looks better, B, the fire we find doesn't spit, and also it lets a lot more heat out that way. We've used that box under the steps there as our little fire box. Right, starting from the front, there's a cupboard here. Now that can be used for clothes or whatever. We've got some coal at the bottom there at the minute. Now there's a shelf up here, and then this folds down to make a table if ever you want it, like a lap table, or you can put your computer on it if you've got a laptop. As you can see, the boat's, it's really pleasant to be in. The ceiling's been painted. The quality of the fit out inside at the time was really, like, it was second to none. It was the best that money could buy. It really was. The woodworking skills, whoever fitted the boat out, apparently it was a Charles Fox boat. Somebody really thought about everything and really did put a lot of effort into the whole affair. Now these seats here that you see in front of us, all of the seating has been recovered by this is proper high grade cloth. This isn't just some kind of naff stuff that was, you know, purchased for cheap from a market or whatever. This is actually very high grade material. Now these seats here, they pull out. Here we go. And then this then forms a double bed. So you put these cushions down, and then here we are. Show you. These cushions fit down, and then you've got another double bed there. So that's 2 sleep here. Just slide this back in. Right, that's 1 double bed. Right, yeah, there's some bookshelves and whatnot here. The windows, you'll notice, are the very clever ones. I forget the name of them, but it means that you can, they are secure, they do work well. There's a gas fridge down here. To be honest, we've never used it, but it's there if ever you wanted it. There's all the normal drawers. This is a, you know, it's a proper kitchen here really. There's more drawers, there's fire blankets and whatnot in there. There's cupboards all the way down on the bottom. The one thing I was particularly proud of is there's a little light switch in there. So it's a push to off switch, so you can put all of your food in there and whatnot, and then you can see it all. It's all illuminated at night. It was just a little feature that came with the boat. Proper kitchen, sink, and there's a gas cooker there as well, obviously fed off the gas bottles at the front. Moving down, now this is quite clever. These are obviously seats. Now the big table, the fold-away table we keep in this cupboard here. That's the table there. Now this table we put out on in between these 2 seats. We can get easily 6 people, if not possibly 8 at a push around this table, so you can have a proper party. I mean, this boat is a 6-berth boat. You can get more on it quite comfortably. The boat actually sections off to make privacy really well. In fact, there's another thing I forgot. This lifts up. So if I lock that up, oops, hang on, I might have to put the camera down. There we go, that sections off so that you actually have a private room there as such for the bedroom. I mean, I know there's a bit of a gap there, but it makes things a bit more private. This turns this into a proper bedroom then, you see. Yeah, so then you can have a few people sitting here in the evening, maybe so the kids or whatever go to bed in the front there near the fire or whatever. Yeah, now these do convert into 2 more single beds, and I'll show you how. You can either just lie down on them as they are, or these lift up and then they slot into these gaps down here, so that the entire back piece lifts up and slots there. It's the same with both of them, so you have 2 proper single beds there. As I mentioned, yeah, there's the cupboards here. Now in here there's a shower, proper shower. There's a water boiler at the back which runs off the heat from the engine and calorifier. Now there is a little bilge pump down at the bottom. I'm sure you can just about hear that. The water does come on in the shower. Here we are. There we go, that's the shower going. And then if I turn the bilge pump on, that kicks all the water out as well. There we are. Now, the toilet and shower is clever. I'll show you how. You can shut these doors in the middle of the boat. Now that means, yes, I've got a window to the outside world. There are curtains that come with the boat. They're tucked away at the minute because it's daytime. But if you want some privacy, stick a curtain up in the window here. You've got a proper flushing toilet, a proper shower, and you've also got a proper basin with the mirror there. Now you do have some extra lights in here, that's one of them, and then there's another one there. There we go. So that's your lighting up there. All of that is of course waterproof, so you can make as much steam as you like, but this means now that you're in a proper enclosed space. You've got a proper wet room as such, which makes life a lot more comfortable. If I just tuck that back up there. Right. Let's just turn that off. Yeah, I think that's just about kick that out. Right, now there is a bit of a dressing room there and a cupboard up here. That's just used for putting clothes in. Now this is the back bedroom at the back of the boat. Now what we do is here, these boards, oops, fold down, slot into place here, and then with the cushions at the front of the boat, you can then turn this into, oops, there we go, you can then turn this into another double bed. So you can have 2 singles or 2 doubles, or a double, you know, whatever you want really, it's all there for you. Now I'm going to try and remember again. I'll go through the lights on the boat as well. Hang on a sec. Right, so those put back. Right, The engine, by the way, seeing as I don't think I mentioned this in the last video, this is like a little bit of a shed. I keep some rope and all the windlasses and everything else in here, a bucket, a mopper bucket. That's the boiler in there. I don't think you can quite see that, but the controls are up there. The engine is a BMC 2.5. Now, I know, which is, to be honest, for a canal boat, that's pretty powerful. I know that the previous owner of the boat fitted an extra large propeller, like an upgraded propeller to it, which makes a massive difference. We've been on rivers on this boat and it goes comfortably down a river, you know, even one that's moving a little bit. A lot of people will tell you some other canal boats are an absolute nightmare on rivers because they're just profusely underpowered, but this one copes fine. Right, there's the first light. Now, these lights were fitted because you can't really appreciate it now because it's there we are, there's the other one. You can't really appreciate it now because it's daytime, but these lights do produce a really nice kind of ambience about them. You get a lovely kind of warm glow off of the ceiling and it just creates a really nice evening feel. I think you've already seen the lights in the toilet. Here's another one. There we are, there's one, and there's the other. Now that goes the full length of the boat there. Well, the front part of the boat anyway. So with the little light switches up here. Yeah, I forgot about that. There's also these other little light switches up here. Now this is just great for illuminating the dinner table when it's there. And another one here. There we go. That's good just for illuminating the kitchen sink and whatnot. That was installed because we bear in mind that at night people might have children and whatever that want to go to bed, so you don't really want a load of light and a load of noise. But we've put those extra kind of circular lights in up there and up here so that people can illuminate one area of the boat while other people sleep. So it's just kind of a practical measure really. And then another one up here as well. This again illuminates the front area near the fire. We use this as the winter bedroom really because it's right by the fire. It's so nice to have a bit of warmth off the fire while you're sleeping at night. And there we go, there's another strip light up here to create a bit of a warm evening ambience about it. Oh yeah, as I mentioned earlier, the water calorifier runs off of the engine. However, there is also another heating system that runs around the boat, not just the fire. It's actually a copper pipe that runs all the way around, so if you look up here you'll see that there's a big thick pipe and it comes along here all the way up and then all the way along the entire length of the boat underneath there. Now this does get warm while the engine's running, creates quite a bit of heat, and it does raise the temperature of the boat in here quite noticeably. It does make a difference actually. If it's not quite cold enough to put the fire on, then that's really useful to save you from burning some coal or whatever. I have noticed as well that this also passes round the back of the fire, so we have always wondered if it was meant to feed into a back boiler to perhaps make it a bit warmer for the shower or something. Mind you, it doesn't really need it, the shower does get warm enough. But anyway, yeah, I think I've talked enough about this now. I'm sure there's something else I've forgotten. Oh, there are also some, there are also these, there's some drawers around the back here for the back bedroom as well. Just thought I'd mention that. Is there anything else? Trying to remember now. I think that's just about it really. That's certainly most of the stuff covered. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much.